Dimitri Gelfand and Evelina Domnic, who were supposed to make this presentation, but due to scheduling difficulties, they couldn't come to this wonderful conference. And they, together with Edwin van der Heijden and Bernard Voing, they were leading the art science course, which I will describe. And as I took part of it, then maybe I might be able to give an overview of this interesting course. So, yeah. We started with a short historic overview. What kind of examples are there which connect space exploration and art? So one of the earliest examples of architecture and also land art and sculpture observatories, they are also actually like creative attempts of how to then connect art and science. And rather than only focusing on the aesthetic beauty of those buildings, Evelina and Dimitri also told us that, yeah, of course, you can also experience the cosmic phenomena actually totally. Like in this example, like in Samrat Yantra, that it's the largest sundial in the world. And you can experience physically the Earth's rotation because the sun, the shadow of the sun is moving like 1 millimeter per second, so you can actually, yeah, really perceive it with your body also, in the eyes. And a more contemporary example is James Darrell's work, Rodin Crater, which is where this American artist actually tries to, or is building this 400,000-year-old crater into a naked eye observatory. And the project started at 73, I think, yes. And so it's like still being done because it's a huge and massive art project in this area. And as we went on with the course, then Evelina and Dimitri also, as they are both, they have Soviet backgrounds, they also included cosmism and also this pursuit of weightlessness into the topic of our course. And because they are also artists and they make works which are inspired from this pursuit of weightlessness as sonolevitation, and also Mukilaginos Omniverse, which deal with the topic of acoustic levitation, yes, and also phototonic wind, which deals with optical levitation. And together with another teacher from our academy, Koki Eek, they actually also are active participants in the Spheri project, which is this huge inflatable space, what they use actually for visual performances, audiovisual performances, because the sphere, people can go in and then you can experience this immersive environment of soundscapes and also spherical projection. So here are some examples. This is also Evelina's and Dimitri's work. And then also some students from art science have contributed to this project. So those were the starting points for our course. And now I will move on to some of the examples of the student works. So this is a project called Atmospheric Processes, and the inspiration came from all these planetary atmospheres and also like aurora of Jupiter, and then we try to make it somehow possible to visualize on Earth also. So we did make chemical experiments. We tried to put together ink and glycerin and also turpentine and oil, and then also with luminol we did this chemiluminescent reactions. And there is another project called Cupola, and that was interesting because of because it was dealing with the topic of sensory deprivation which is known to astronauts and also people who are flying, having long flights, and also miners. And she actually made an installation for one person only, that you could go into this dark room, and then you were lying on this 6 degrees tilted bed, that your head was down and the legs were up, and you also, all your sensory input was restricted, so you couldn't, it was a dark room, so at first you couldn't see. Also, you had to wear earplugs and gloves and mask, and you were asked not to move. So, and only thing that you could see was in the ceiling a projection of a video from the International Space Station, of the window of the International Space Station. And next project is about is a research on radio and ionosphere. So here the artist wanted to make a performance using composing radio transmission, and then that it would bump from the ionosphere back to the ears of listeners. And yeah, it was also more like a project proposal, but yeah, he also made some sound experiments. And this is a project I did in this course, and I wanted to know if small organisms like unicellular slime mold, if they can actually talk something about the universe and also something about yeah, the space. So at first I made a really simple experiment. I just wanted to know if slime mold could translate the stars of Cassiopeia, because of course the slime mold, he doesn't have a brain, but he has this external memory. So actually, the only thing that drives him is actually, or it is the food. So yeah, just tried to make this experiment. And the other idea I had was that maybe this small organism can even become a small astronaut, because maybe if he's growing this network, and maybe it's also possible that in microgravity, the slime mold can maybe even create a three-dimensional network. But that's still like just an idea, so I have to still do research on that and also experiments. So this is another project where an artist tried to make solar eclipse more sensorially perceptible also. So she was also investigating different topics like dark field and Reinberg illumination, and also thermochromic paint and liquid crystal thermometry and photochromic optics to make the installation happen. But that was also like, it was a proposal, but she's now working on this project. And this this artwork tells a story about exoplanet, an imaginary exoplanet, and it does it with analog projection and live narration. So she was actually investigating different lenses, and she really wanted to keep it as analog as possible, not to use any digital medium. So she was building this box with lenses, and she also used, as a part of the projection, as you can see on the lower picture, she was inspired by a tree bark in Israel that she actually used as a analog of a planet. And I would like to conclude with a project which is called Aurora Synthetica. And there, the artist collective, actually, they wanted to recreate auroras as close to original as possible. And they tried different things, like they tried to make a digital projection on the vapor, or they also tried to project it on the dome, which you could also see, like the sphere, what I was talking about before. And they also tried to manipulate the cathode tubes, ray tubes of an old television to actually make a performance. So it was, in the end, it was an audiovisual performance with the broken TVs and visuals and also sound experiments. So with this, I would like to thank you from Evelyn Domnich and Dimitri Gathfund. And there are also some, there's a website of theirs, and also the Art Science Interfaculty name where I come from. Thank you.